Okay, so the Celtic cross, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the configuration. So we start with the center cross section, and then we read up from the bottom, the column on the right. The first card is the matter at hand. So that is your question, and the matter front and center with the card, that first card that I picked. And so this will be the first, what crosses the matter at hand. The second, that was originally positioned there, but I wanted you to see the card. And what crowns you, what's behind you in the past or immediate past, what is present, what's with you at the moment, what is ahead. So that's the near future. And then we have your direct action. This is your role in the matter of hand. The influences of family and friends, or your circle. Your hopes and fears with respect to the matter at hand, and this would be like the resolution, or the general outcome. And it's interesting that it's a knight, and knights often represent opportunities that are changing. So opportunities that are coming into the situation, or opportunities that are actually heading somewhere else. So you've got the Six of Discs in response to the matter at hand. You've got the Ten of Cups, which is pure joy, in opposite, which is also to take into consideration. Some people say this is what crosses the matter at hand, but I look at them in conjunction. And then the Ten of Cups, and here we have the Five of Wands. Okay, wands, as you know, is fire. 5 numerologies. This here in the past is the Eight of Wands. In the current situation, we have the Four of Wands. So there's a lot of wands, fire. Then in the immediate coming up, we have the Two of Discs, okay? And that's change. That is definitely a change of sorts. Direct action, your role. You are the Queen of Discs. And I will speak more about each of these cards in a moment. I just want to give you the overall view. This is the Hierophant, the teacher. This is the trump card. It's the Roman numeral 5 as well. And this is the Prince of Swords, okay, in the hopes and fears spot. And this is the Knight of Cups. That's the Knight of the Holy Grail. Very powerful. So far the reading is definitely answering your questions. These cards are quite rich in meaning. And so in the first position, the Six of Discs. So this card speaks of security in the monetary, in the material realm, right? So discs is about physical things, whether it's our income, whether it's our shelter, our resources. So that's quite satisfied, it's satiated, and it's taken care of in the physical realm. And so your values, you were asking about values and boundaries. So that's clear that this is what you're already established. So you're not looking for that so much in the relationship. And what we see that's in crossing that's came up in the subject is this search for pure love and joy and happiness, satisfaction emotionally. So that's coming. We want this in conjunction with the material stability and material well-being. What's crossing that, what's crowning that, okay, is the Five of Wands. Now, very often the Five of Wands can represent, I'll show you up close, a conflict. It's astrologically, my deck, I have a lot of astrological symbols. It's Saturn in Leo. So there's just a bit of strain on the fire, on the energy and the ability for the person to really shine. So you obviously want to have a partner who will complement your energy, and the two of you can shine together. But at the moment, that's just a bit of a struggle. What we have in the past, a lot of strength, the Eight of Wands, a lot of communication. Sorry, this is the Nine of Wands, excuse me. There's 8, and then there's a 1 in the center. It's a beautiful Sun and Sagittarius representation. So we're looking for a lot of courage and power, and just really owning your own energy and power and deriving your strength. So you've done a lot of work on that. Today, the current influence here now is the Four of Wands. So things have come full circle for you, and it's Venus in Aries energy. So we see the ram and the dove, and so you're in a peaceful place in yourself. You've done a lot of soul searching and personal growth and work on yourself, and just in how you interact in the world. So that's in a very, very fulfilled, positive space. So your timing is right to be seeking the answers to the questions that you have at the moment. So what we see coming up, interestingly enough, is the Two of Discs, and this is a change. And often this, when this shows up, it's Jupiter in Capricorn. It is a change of job, it's a change of residence, it's some significant change that is obvious. And that's coming up, it could be, when it's a two, sometimes in a reading, it's 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days. But this is not a short-term type of a question. So maybe even 2 seasons. Hard to say. But there's a significant, noticeable change that is imminent. And so what does all that mean now, and how do you take action, or how do you interpret this? So we look at the Queen of Discs, and I love this queen. She's sitting on her throne. We see, because it's discs, there's a lot of representation for earth astrological signs. That's why the goat is there, and also the strength and power and determination of the goat. She is sitting on her throne, looking over the journey that she's come. We see that river here, that, you know, she's come a long way. She's worked very hard, and she's now very strong and takes stock of all of life and how it's formed and shaped her. And this the royalty cards that we get, the court cards as they're called as well in tarot, when they show up in a reading, they also show our skills and what we've mastered. So the Queen of Wands represents the mastery of diet and nutrition and health, and also the builder of new worlds and building a vision of your own world. So you have the power to, you've established yourself, and you have a vision of how you see your world and what you want. So that's very powerful and positive. Anyone would hit the jackpot in having you for a partner. And here now, in relation to that, the influence of, so this is your direct action. So you know how you want to act. You want this stability and to build your world, and clearly you're seeking a partner to assist you in that. And the influence of your family and friends, your circle of people, is great teachings. You're learning. You're a constant student of life, because this is about having a teacher or a mentor or a spiritual sponsor of sorts, and where you are yourself gaining a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and trying to become like this teacher yourself if you're not already. And so you're using it for the benefit of not only yourself but all of those around you. So this rich with symbolism and meaning. We have the four winds, like the cherubim are represented here in the four corners. The eagle, which would be similar to Scorpio, renewal. This would be the Earth's, the air sign, the spirit of man. And here we have Leo, the lion, the fire energy. And here we have the bull, the earth energy. And the elephant is kind of the, in India, the equivalent of the bull, that powerful, again, it's a recurring theme in the discs. You have the 6 of discs, the 2 of discs. So the resources, so that seems to be significant in the reading, as well as 5, because I said this is a Roman numeral 5. It's a trump card. It's one of the 22 trumps in the tarot. The tarot deck has 78. So when they come up, there is, like karma, fate at play. And this was the 5 of Wands, the bit of conflict and the bit of, challenge that's ahead of you in this scenario at the moment. And so this position, the ninth card in the reading, represents your hopes and fears and worries, and and again, it's a court card. It's the Prince of Swords, and this is the mastery of creative thinking and everything that you've learned. So this is going to serve you. You're very intuitive, and just continue to rely on your intuition and the subconscious, that you seem to be very aware of that, and that will serve you well. It can also represent a person whose birthday falls in the February time frame. It would be I'll have to double check that. I'm not sure now. It's an air sign, and I'll have to double check. I think it's February, Aquarius, end of Aquarius and start of Pisces, that kind of birthday. Or it could be someone you met in that time, or someone who became more significant in that time. And I'm not sure if it would relate to the past or if that would be in the future. But there's a few ways to interpret the royalty cards in terms of time frames too. And the final card, which I thought was super interesting, given the question of the reading, is the Knight of Cups. This is the Knight of the Holy Grail. This is the mastery of emotions, of creative love. It is just beautiful. I mean, if you're going to get any card, this is the one you want to draw. So there's a numerical significance as well to the court cards. The Queen of Discs, her the number is 5. Again, we have this 5 at play, so you asked me to underscore that in the reading. And the Prince of Swords, right? He's got 3 helpers with him, and he's on this chariot, and he's fighting mad to keep his thinking clear. He's the mastery of creative, intuitive thinking, so he's got to be sharp like a sword. And the numeric value for that Prince of Swords is 10. And again, you had the 10 of Cups, and I guess if you add up 10, I don't know if you reduce to a single digit, it's also 1. And then this beautiful Knight of Cups, his value is 3. And so you don't have any other cards in the reading with the number 3 that relate that. But this Knight of Cups is just also about emotional loyalty and commitment. So you're very clear on what you want. This change, the 2 of Discs, and having the Knight facing out of the reading, it is coming. This seeker of the Holy Grail, this change is definitely on the horizon. So you may have a few more questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I can describe more of the cards, because I don't know how much you know with tarot. So this deck is the Aleister Crowley deck, and I've been using these cards since 1995. They really speak to me, and I love them. So I don't know if you want to compare the reading with other books that you may have or what, but just feel free to shout out questions. I'm really delighted with the cards that I drew for you. They really I felt they resonated today. I purified the space at the crystal, and I was envisioning you while I selected the cards. So I'm quite happy about this reading. I hope you are too.